Good afternoon, folks. It's Mark here in the Fan Cave. I've got a special guest today. I have Emanfan, and
Hey guys,
the
sun's hitting me though.
so what we have today is a KDK industrial 56-inch ceiling fan. Now this Emanfan brought that all the way from the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, this is the second one from the 5,000 giveaway I did. Oh no, it wasn't 5,000, it was the 10,000 one I did.
Yeah.
And yeah, the model on this one is N56YG. Cole has the other one of this, and Brian has one as well, Brian Peterson. And Cole is Vintage Fans and More.
Yeah, what's Brian's page? It's just Brian Peterson, I think, isn't it?
Cleveland Fan Collector.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, these ones, they're not as well made as the older ones from like the 90s and 2000s, but they still, like the parts are a little bit cheaper, but aside from that, the performance is almost the same.
Yeah, little flimsier blades, but besides that,
Yeah.
it's getting great performance out of it.
Like the plastic canopies, yeah, they're cone shaped, but they're definitely thinner plastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like the air movement on these is honestly almost identical to the other one that you have. Just that one's capacitor's going out.
Yeah.
I think it has to be the capacitor, to be honest, because it seemed to have ran fine. It didn't seem stiff. Like maybe it did need oil. 'Cause I do remember when you first got it, it was stiff, and then when you oiled it, it ran better.
Right, right.
But yeah, these like they're sold for like $100-ish right now.
New?
But yeah, like they're definitely. That's why they're so common, because they're honestly they're not cheap for compared to like for like people down there, but like they're also not like they're not cheap, but they're not overpriced. Is the best way to put it.
Okay,
Like
okay.
they're in a
priced.
exactly, yeah. Yeah, and with the steel blades, though, I know that they have a long spin down. Even if it's new,
Yeah.
like this one's going to have like a good 5-minute spin down.
You know what I love about these fans, though, is that they're so unusual. I mean, they're not even like, I know they're childhood fans for you. They're not really childhood fans for me. I didn't remember seeing them.
But they look like something you'd see from your childhood.
Yeah, yeah. And they're just so unusual that there's nothing that looks even remotely like them and sold in this country.
I mean, they had those Royal Air looking fans of sorts that were similar to these. Not the ones that we've tested, but like the one that they had at the museum that Dan put up.
Yeah.
Like I mean, these look like stuff that you'd see like in India and stuff like that, which they probably have stuff like that over there, KDKs
Well, that's
too.
the thing. What they do over in the over in India is they'll just take ceiling 3-blade industrial fans and embellish the hell out of them. They'll put little jewels and ornate details and stuff all over them.
I mean, and that's what I like about this one is it looks like something like that, just as an industrial fan, but with a brown. See, they actually sell them in white and brass, but not in the DR. I've seen white and brass ones online.
Oh, really?
So the ones that I've seen in the DR, those aren't the only ones that are still being sold. Those are just the ones that they are selling in the Dominican Republic specifically, and in Puerto Rico. But they have. If you look at like Pancat's channel, there's so many models that he's tested that I've never seen before.
Yeah, I wonder why they never brought these to the U.S. They used to have a distribution network for it.
I feel like they might. So like they had like the few they sold in the 80s, and then that after like towards the late 80s they stopped selling them.
Yeah.
I feel like if had it gone on longer, they probably would have brought industrial fans from them. Well, actually no. There's a person that like in Ohio, I think that he filmed a black one in a hardware store, and it looks like the 80s one. So I don't know if that was one that they actually did sell here. But
or it was somebody who just brought it from somewhere else.
But I've never even seen it from the DR in that color either.
Really? Yeah, maybe it's from Asia or something.
Who knows? Well, these are from Japan too, so.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, this one I got for you back
fans.
in like I know I got it for you like before the pandemic.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah, but these have been around for like 10 years now, actually.
Is that
like
right?
this era, yeah. Because it was like back when I first started the channel that they started selling these and discontinued the older one with the older style canopy.
Okay.
So, and it's funny, since then, like the past 10 years, I've been seeing so many of the newer ones. Like, it's like a 50-50. I'll see the older version, like that one there, or this type. But when it comes to finding them on Marketplace down there, you still find so many of the older ones, so it's not like they're being phased out quickly. I mean, they sold them for almost 20 years, that design. So
Right. You can tell the see the little. I love that, the little gold logo.
yeah.
Hey, a rabbit.
The other thing I like is the newer white one. It has the same emblem as this one, just it's in more of a polished brass, not like a Flemish brass like this one is.
Yeah.
Like it's the same colors as like that one there, but just in that design. And I feel like with that newer design that they have in the white one that you tested before, it gives it more of like that diamond look that you were talking about.
Okay.
Because this one just has more. The one on this one has just more of a vintage look. The bottom of it
Yeah.
and such. Like that one just looks more vintage, whereas that one just looks more of like a classier looking one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the brass ones that were like this from the 2000s era, the only difference was the canopy quality, the blades being a bit different, larger motor, and the logo on the center of this. It didn't have the KDK logo red with the white print. It was actually like with the brass gloss over, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So like the white text will be like actually like the same color as the brass. And such. I mean, I have the switch cap for it at home. I can show it to you next time, but it is. They did make that change to it too.
And you can add light kits to these, right?
Yeah. So you take off. So for this version right here, you take off the screws. The bottom brass part comes out, and there's 3 screws holding the switch cap. You take that out and wire up a light kit, connect it there, and then. So it's kind of like how you'd wire the light kits for like the Windward back there, for an example, like some from that era. But they do need an adapter piece for the light kit, which I do have. So if you ever did want to try it with the light kit, I could always give you the piece for it if you wanted to try it.
Yeah, maybe sometime. I'm just trying to test all my fans now and get them organized. Find out which ones work, which ones have all the parts.
Yeah, like the first time I saw this version mode, the older one, was at a church, and it was that church that now they're in the parking lot now, in that big area. Those are the exact first ones I ever saw. Back in 2003, I think it was, or 2004. It was one of those years.
Okay. Yep.
But they probably sold them from like a few years before, like maybe 2000, 2001. Because the original brown ones that were completely brown, those are like from the 90s.
Now, how long have they had this type, or like this old type of KDK?
So this version here, I think they had from back in like late 80s going into the 90s.
What did they have before that?
So they had another one that.
Was it like those funky ones that?
So that one came in like the 70s-ish era, going into the 80s, and there was another one that looked like it, but it didn't have that triangular shaped motor. It was more like a round shaped motor.
Okay.
And then before that was that antique-ish looking one that I showed you that had like that silver button in the center, like the SMC.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And then from before that, I have no clue, but that's just for the DR. There's been so many different ones they sell in other parts of the world, so it's But for the I've been actually meaning to make a slideshow of just like kind of doing a timeline of what they've had down there.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see that.
But
Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, folks. Stay tuned for more fan videos. Please do like and subscribe to my channel called The Fan Cave, and check out Emmanuel's channel called Emanfan, and he's got a lot of really cool videos of these funky fans you don't see in this country. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Good night and good luck.